welcome back. So today we are going to continue our vector product topic. Yeah, so what we were doing, actually in the previous video we have just done magnitude of cross product, means how we can find the magnitude of two vectors by cross product. Okay, means in cross product. So now we are going to do direction. So this means that how we can find the direction of two vectors in vector product, or we can say cross product. Yeah, so let me just remind you the previous one lecture one more time. Okay, yeah, so I just said that vector A, let's take two vectors and just we will do their cross. Okay, so as we are doing cross of these two vectors, and so our answer is coming a vector. Vector C is coming, suppose vector C is coming and it is a vector, and so we can also say it as cross product. Got it? Vector product is also another name and it is cross product. Got it? Yeah, so let me just rub it. I found it. Yeah, so vector product is also another name and it is what? Cross product. It is what? Cross product. Got it? Yeah, so you can see that when we do cross product of these two vectors, we are getting a new vector, and this new vector has also a direction. So this means that now we are going to find the direction. So direction of vector A cross B. Vector A cross vector B. So direction of vector A cross vector B will be through some rules. Okay, I'm going to show you, and it is really important topic that we should know. Yeah, so it is by right hand thumb rule. It is by right hand thumb rule. Yeah, so right hand thumb rule. Okay, so we are going, so actually first of all let me tell you something, then we will continue. Yeah, so actually there are some rules. There are some rules to find the vector product of any two vectors. So first rule is right hand thumb rule. Okay, so and the second one is screw rule. Okay, yeah, so what was the thing, that it is a new vectors, and the new vectors formed by the dot product of these two vectors. Got it? So this means that vector A cross B is forming a new vector and it is vector C. So, and we can also write vector A cross B, means we can also write vector C instead of vector A cross vector B. Got it? Both are same. Yeah, so let me just draw a figure, because we are finding the direction. We are finding the direction of A cross B. So this is vector A, this is vector B, and so think that where will be the vector C? Means where vector C should be where? Tell me. Actually, I want to say that vector C will be parallel to vector A, and vector C will be parallel to not parallel, perpendicular. Yeah. So vector C will be perpendicular to vector A, and vector C will also be perpendicular to vector B. Okay? Got it? So remember that? Yeah. So now I have said you that it is perpendicular of both one. So where it should be? It should be here. Okay? Here. Wait. I'm telling you. Just let me draw it perfectly. Yeah. So what it was? Our theta is here, and remember that theta is a smaller of the two angles between vector A and vector B in cross product. Got it? It will be here, and it can also be upwards. It can also be in upwards. Okay? Yeah, never mind. So vector C, and this is also vector C. But actually we are stuck. How? Because there are two directions. One of the C vector is going upwards and the second one is going downwards. So So to find the actual direction, we will use right hand thumb rule. To find the actual direction of A cross B, we will use right hand thumb rule, and I will also show you through screw rule. Okay, both are so easy rule, means both are easy to understand. Yeah, so right hand thumb rule. So first of all, let me just show you how it is. Okay, yeah, so vector B is here, vector B is here, and vector A is here. Okay, and vector C is going straight. That's why they are perpendicular with each other. So that's how vector C is perpendicular to vector B, and vector C is also perpendicular to vector A. See? Yeah. So these are those two vectors, vector B, and this is vector A. Green one, vector A, purple one, vector B. And actually here what? C vector. Okay, so C vector will be like here. So that's how they are so that's how vector C is perpendicular to vector A and vector B both. Got it? See? Got it? I hope you all have understood clearly the figure. Yeah. So there are some following steps to use right hand thumb rule, and remember always that when we let me just tell you. First of all, let me just tell you the steps, and then I will tell you something else also that is really important. Yeah, so our first point is saying that what we have to do in a right hand thumb rule. Join the two vectors from tail to tail. See? Can you see it? So it is join the two vectors from tail to tail. Sorry, actually I forget to written tail. From tail to tail. Join the two vectors from tail to tail, and here T will also come. So joined the two vectors from tail to tail. Yeah, so we can see that these two vectors are already joined with each other from tail to tail. So we don't have to do anything. So let's continue. Means let's proceed. Yeah. So now place your right hand at the joining point. Yeah, now what is the second one step is saying? It is saying place your right hand at joining point. So this is my right hand. So we have put the means we have placed our right hand at the joining point. Now what we have to do? Let's see. So now third point. Curl your fingers from vector A to vector B. Along theta. Wait a second. Did you got it that why did I wrote along theta? If no, then I am telling you along theta, because that was the important thing that I have to tell you here. In right hand thumb rule, we have to always use the right hand thumb rule from smaller angle. So and theta, and remember I have told you, I'm telling you one more time. So theta is smaller of the two angles between vector A and vector B, and it is the smallest angle. So we have to always use right hand thumb rule, or we can say right hand palm rule. No, only right hand thumb rule, not palm rule. Nothing, okay. So only right hand thumb rule. Got it? Yeah. So always just use right hand thumb rule along theta, means along smaller angle, from the smaller angle. Not like this, smaller angle. Got it? Yeah. So now what is the fourth point? wait a second, let me just write the fourth means last one step, and then we will just do it together and understand it together. Yeah, so fourth one is, third one was curl your fingers from A to B. Now let me just tell you, along theta. So it is saying curl your fingers from A to B. First of all, A is coming, so A to B. A to B. We have curled. See, now what we have to do? Fourth one step is saying that thumb points vector A cross B, thumb points along will also come along. Yeah, so thumb points along vector A cross vector B or vector C. Got it? Or vector C. Yeah, so thumb points along A cross B. See all the 4 steps. Got it? Yeah, so let us do. So it was curl your fingers from A to B along theta. Okay, curl your finger. So it is saying to curl a finger, and wait a second, let me just tell you that suppose these vectors are in plane, but always vectors are in plane because our motion in a plane chapter is going on in kinematics. Yeah, so it is in a plane. Now let us do. So it is curl your fingers from A to B along theta. So A to B curl. A to B. So you can see A to B I have curled, and it is saying a thumb points along A cross B or C. So you can see that our thumb is pointing in upwards. See, first of all, again see it curl, and wherever our thumb is pointing in any direction, suppose our thumb is pointing in in right direction. Okay, let me just show you from this side. Yeah, so suppose our thumb is pointing in right direction. So this means that the actual direction of the cross product of those two vectors will be in what? Right direction, or we can also say east. Okay, and if it is pointing in, and if the thumb is pointing in left direction, so this means that it is in west. Okay, so wherever a point is, our thumb is pointing in any direction, this means that this will be the actual direction. So you can see I have curled my fingers from A to B. I have curled my fingers from A to B, and you can see my thumb is pointing upwards. See? Okay, so this means that the downwards will be wrong and the upward vector C will be correct. So this means that we have now actually find the actual direction of vector C, and it is in upwards. Got it? Upwards. Let me just show you, it can be also downwards. See, it was vector A, green one, vector A, purple one, vector B. Yeah, so I have told you that vector C is in upward and it can be also downward. See? You can see? It is in, so C is again perpendicular to B and A1. Got it? And if I put vector C in upward direction, if I put vector C in upward in north direction, but again it is perpendicular to vector B and vector A both. Okay, see, got it? Yeah, so I hope you all have understood how to find the direction of A cross B or of any two vectors through right hand thumb rule. Now I'm going to tell you one more important thing. Let me just write it here. Okay, actually I have told you that it is a plane, so we can say that C is perpendicular to plane. C is perpendicular to plane containing what? Containing vector A and vector B. So always remember this note. Okay, actually C is perpendicular to plane containing vector A and vector B, because if it is if it is perpendicular to vector B and vector A, means so vector C will be perpendicular to plane containing vector A and vector B. Suppose vector C is here and vector B and vector A is in another plane, that then this will be wrong. Then I don't know that C will be perpendicular to plane containing vector A and vector B, but these all vectors are in same plane, so we can say that C is perpendicular to plane containing vector A and vector B. So actually don't be confused in the two planes. I've just simply said that if C is already given to you in a plane and the second plane vector B and vector A is given only this one figure, so in this condition, in that condition, it can be perpendicular to plane containing vector A and vector B, and it cannot be perpendicular to plane containing vector A and vector B. Okay, so it will be according to the situation. Okay, yeah, so let's continue. So now I'm going to tell you the direction through screw rule. Okay, yeah, so let me just write first of all here screw rule. This was the first one rule. Now this will be our second one. It is screw rule. In this rule we don't have to write any steps. Okay, I'm only just telling you, then over. Yeah, so now through screw rule we are going to see that how we can find the direction of cross product of any two vectors. Yeah, means how we can find the direction of two vectors in what? Cross product. Of course, cross product. Yeah, so let me just take an example of a screw. So yeah, you can see, let me just check it. Yeah, so of course you can see. Now let me just tell you. So it is saying that when we insert a screw into the wall with screwdriver and we move the screw in clockwise direction will be like this. So this means that when we just rotate it in clockwise direction, screw will go just inside the wall. It will go into the wall. See, it is screwdriver and it is screw going inside the wall, going deep inside the wall. Okay, now, and if we just rotate the screw with in anti-clockwise direction, so it starts coming, so it just start to coming in what? Outside the wall. Okay, see, anti-clockwise direction will be like this. See, got it? Got it? See, screw is coming. You can see. Okay, got it? So when we just rotate the screwdriver, means when we just rotate the screw in clockwise direction, it just start going in what? In clockwise, means it just start going inside the wall. Okay, so wait a second. Yeah, so I've shown you. Okay, so now it is saying from A to B, and if it was B to A, then what we will do through right hand thumb rule? Simple, B from A, so it will be like this, and you can see here curve, but in that one condition, vector C will be in downwards, in south direction. Okay, so but it is A to B, so that's why it is like this. It is like this, so that's why it is going in our direction. Now let me just tell you through screw rule. Yeah, so I will explain you what we have to do. Yeah, so now let me just tell you, it is saying A to B, so we will move, means we will rotate the screw from anti-clockwise direction, and I have told you that when we just rotate the screw from anti-clockwise direction, then the screw starts coming out from the wall. This means that like this, it is A to B. A to B, so it is A to B, A to C, A to B, A to B. Okay, so anti-clockwise direction, see, it starts coming out from the wall. See, yeah, so you can see that it starts coming out from the wall, and so that's how our screw is in this direction, it means that it is in north direction. And if it was in this direction, this means that it is downwards. So you can see that our screw is coming outward. Yeah, so this means that through screw rule. So let me just write that through screw rule. Wait a second. Yeah, so through screw rule, we can also see that vector C is in what? Is in upwards, or we can say north direction. Let us say north direction. Is in north direction. Okay, wait a second. It's just so mess. It's a messy walk, really. Okay, yeah. So, in what? Vector C is in north direction. And so, through right hand thumb rule also, it is in north direction, means it is going upwards. Yeah, so through yeah, so I hope you all can see it. So yeah, so through screw rule we can also see that vector C is in north direction, is going in north direction. Is going in direction. Okay. Yeah, so I hope you all have understood these two rules that I have told you. Okay. Yeah, so that's all for today. And remember that vector product has a nickname. Oh, sorry, not a nickname, or you can say nickname. It has also another name, and it is cross product. Okay. So vector product is also another name, and it is cross product. Got it? And direction, to find the direction, there are two rules: right hand thumb rule and screw rule. Okay. Yeah. So, and remember that C is perpendicular to plane containing vector A and vector B. Plane containing vector A and vector B. Got it? See, if you want, so pause the video, and if you want to note, then pause it. Okay? Yeah. So thanks for watching, and in the next video we will do special cases of vector product, and soon we will complete our vector product topic also. And then we will go to projectile motion. Yeah, projectile motions. Okay? Projectile motion is a really interesting topic, and in that topic also you will have so much fun. Okay? Yeah. So have a nice day.